And we're live. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Rich Schnyderite here, publisher of the Night Report, aka Rutgers.Rivals.com, your go-to site when it comes to Rutgers athletics news. Last time I did this, I was muted, so if anyone can hear me, give me like a thumbs up in the chat or something like that. Craig, our staff writer from the Night Report, what is going on, man?
Not much, bro. Just waiting for about 52 minutes till tip-off. Just waiting for that. Hopefully, maybe we'll see if they get a little bit of a better outcome this time around.
I mean, they won against Indiana the first time. Let's not forget that. They've been struggling, but they did beat Indiana the first time around. Let's get right into it. This is going to be an intriguing matchup. Rutgers on a 2-game losing streak. I know you've watched the highlights or even the games. I've watched the games. What do you think of this team so far this year?
I'd say very streaky. As like at beginning of the season, they came out like a house on fire. I mean, they started out 6-0. They looked like a team that could literally make I'll say the Final Four. They looked like legit.
Don't hype them up that much. Don't hype them up that
much. That team was. I don't know about this current squad, but that team in the beginning of the year really looked like a team that could make a deep run in March. I mean, they were playing elite defense. Mm-hmm. Their scoring was awesome. The 3-point shooting was falling down. They just looked like a complete team. And then after that Ohio State loss, it kind of started to, the boat started to rock a little bit. Like we saw lose 5 out of they lost 5 in a row, 6 or 7, and things were looking dicey there. That Penn State loss, all of a sudden people were kind of jumping off the cliff a bit. Actually, I didn't even mean to do that. Cliff Amore.
Yeah. Whoa, buddy, you got to pronounce it right.
That's
You
true.
see the fans on the boards. Everyone knows how to pronounce it
I
now.
know.
Amore. I forget how to say it.
Well, there's like how many different have there been this?
I don't
There's
know.
Amori. I mean, I think it's Amore because they've been saying it enough now. I'm just gonna stick with Amore.
Yeah, that's one of those. That's gonna be on the bingo board somewhere, right? Between that, Mulcahy from Bayonne. Did you know Miles Johnson's an engineering major? I didn't know that.
That.
Every single game, every single announcer, even if it's the same announcers, like Stephen Bardos probably said Miles Johnson's an engineer about 8 times this year.
And did you know that Jacob Young's father played for Phi Slamma Jamma?
Oh, Phi Slamma Jamma from.
And his brother plays overseas.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know that. If I didn't watch any of the games, I mean. But yeah, no, this is definitely an intriguing matchup. I'm more intrigued to see how Miles Johnson plays. I think he's going to be the difference maker in this game. He wasn't really a big difference maker the first time, but he did have 8 and 8. I think he had 3. No, he had 5 blocks against Indiana last time.
And he had that key rebound at the end there. That key offensive rebound.
I forgot about that completely. Yeah,
it's
going to be intriguing to watch him go against Trace Jackson Davis. This kid's got first round potential. I'm going to say probably late first, early second round next year's draft, assuming he leaves because you still technically get that year of eligibility. But let's be honest, if you're a first round pick, why are you staying? If you're an early second round pick, why are you staying? But anyway, he's phenomenal. He's been looking good for them lately. The other key that I'm kind of looking at is that Race Thompson isn't 100% healthy. He's their third leading scorer, I think. He just dropped 15 and 6 against Michigan State, and he had 7 steals against the Spartans too, which is kind of like insane to say.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine having 7 steals in a single game.
I know.
That might be near a Rutgers record if he was to do that here. I don't know. It's got to be close. It's something like that.
Yeah, but, 7 steals a game is pretty rare.
Yeah, so not having him for the Hoosiers is going to make a hell of a difference. I know he's struggling from 3, shooting 23% or something like that, but him versus Ron Harper would have been a crazy good matchup if Ron can turn it on.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest issue, I think. You just talked about it. When this team was on fire in the beginning, Ron was shooting the lights out.
Now, I think he was shooting 50% from 3.
Yeah,
I think he was. That's insane.
It's crazy to say because I think he's still shooting somewhere in like the high 30s, and like his overall field goal percentage is still at 44. Mm-hmm. Like despite this man struggling nonstop for the past 6, 7, I might even say 10 games at this point. Despite the struggles, he's still averaging 44% on his field goal percentage. That's pretty damn good, regardless. But
I think with Ron, it's weird because it's like I think we're disappointed with his play because he started out so hot and he's just cooled off and he hasn't been able to get back to that like level. And it's just like we know he can play at that level, but he just hasn't in so long. Mm-hmm. And it's just just one of the more disappointing things is to see that like he hasn't had a bad year by any stretch. I would say it's more a little bit disappointing, I guess, from where he started.
Yeah, the big thing is, and RU Giants just brought it up in the chat. He is 3 for his last 56 3-pointers.
Yeah, I know. I think I saw you posted I think you retweeted. He's like 6 for 51 for his last 3s. There's not much you can really say about that. It's just not good.
Yeah, it's really bad. But at the same time, he also had it's tough. Yes, he's struggling from 3. Yes, he's not making them. Yes, he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games in a row where he made 1 or less. Like that, and this man's averaging like 4 or 5 a game. Like it's really bad. But at the same time, he's also dropped 14 and 11 versus given a bad Northwestern team. But you kind of thought he was coming back. Now he struggled again against Maryland the other day. Shot 1 of 6 from the field, 0 of 4 from 3, 4 rebounds, and he just doesn't look like he's into it. Maybe it's just me, But like you probably saw it the other day too. NJ.com put out an article about the struggles and all that, and you saw the front row or the front page pictures, just a picture of Ron sitting like at the scorer's
Yeah,
table coming in. He's just like
yeah,
this.
yeah. He just looks
Like
demoralized.
I don't know. So maybe it's just me, but someone's got to pick their head up. It's got to be either on the coach or the captain or someone has to go over to him and be like, "Yo, Ron, pick your head up. Come on, let's do this. Let's get hyped. Let's get ready to play."
Yeah, and that's something that I feel like it's something that kind of like has been battling them for this entire year. Is that once the offense starts going down, it just demoralizes the whole team. And last game at the game against Maryland, I think it started to affect their defense because it's just they don't make the shot, then they just run back on defense. It's like, well, we got to get a stop, or else it's like they don't have much room for error here because their offense is just not performing well right now.
Yeah, I don't get it. Or like defensively the other day against Maryland, you bring it up. They couldn't stop any single one of the Maryland starters. All of them
Yeah, I
finished
know.
double
All
digits.
5 of them, yeah, in double figures. Yeah,
Like-
I think that's the first time it's happened all year with them.
Yeah,
I mean,
and then the rebounding aspect too. Like I know it technically was tied, but that wasn't tied going into like the last minute or two. They were bad. They were really bad. How in the hell? Hey, are you Giants? What's going on, man? Can you clarify a little bit about that question? Oh, never mind. There it goes. Retracted.
all I saw is how in the hell. But
Yeah, no, I mean I don't care about that. But how in the hell is a top 5 power forward? I don't know. I don't know what he's going with there. But yeah. If you're talking about Trace Jackson Davis, dude, that kid is good. He's very good. I forget if I watched him play versus Michigan State or someone else. I think it was last weekend. They did lose to Michigan State, they did lose to Michigan State. But Trace Jackson Davis still looked good. Like. This Indiana team's dangerous. It's like not win or die. It's like or do or die at this point for Rutgers in the tournament. They're still probably going to make it. They're still an 8 seed by most bracketologists. Brad Watchell, who's one of my favorite bracketologists, he even put him as an 8 seed the other day after the Maryland loss. He goes, yeah, it's a tough loss, but they're still undefeated in Q2, 3, and 4. They're like one of like 6 or 7 teams in quadrant 2, 3, and 4 that are undefeated. Like that's an incredible stat for a team that's went on a 5-game losing streak. It just goes to show you kind of how good the Big Ten is. It's ridiculous. Week in and week. Look at yesterday. Look at last night. Illinois lost to Michigan State. Then 2 weeks before that, or a week before that, Michigan State gets clobbered by Rutgers by 20. Then or 30 actually, was it right?
Yeah, 30. Yeah,
30-point loss. But 2 weeks before that, Michigan State clobbers Rutgers. It's like I don't know. Maybe I got a question for you, Craig. Is beating up on each other going to be good for the tournament, or is it going to be bad?
Beating up on for our chances to make the tournament, it's good. But for the sake of our play in the tournament, it's probably not. It's probably bad because you don't want to go into the tournament beat up. You want to, if we had our way, Rutgers would be going in, undefeated and winning every game by 40 points. But that's not the Big Ten. That's not the Big Ten, though.
Would be good for business. Let's be honest.
Yeah, well,
that'd be great.
Might be good for our business. I don't know.
But yeah, no, I'm indifferent on that because the Big Ten plays such great defense, especially when it comes to the top tier teams, the Illinois, the Iowas, the Rutgers, the Ohio States, I could keep going on. The Michigans I forgot about completely. The list goes on when it comes to the Big Ten and defense. So I think it's going to be really intriguing to see how these defenses fare against a Big East team that's really guard heavy compared to the Big Ten that's very big man heavy, obviously. But I'm intrigued to see how the defense are going to go against other conferences. How would a Gonzaga fare against a Michigan, for example, right now? Who knows? We really don't, because it's just such a different styles of play throughout every single conference. But I really think the Big Ten has a good shot this year of getting at least 2, and call me crazy, 3 in the Final Four.
Has that ever happened before?
I don't know, honestly.
That would be nuts.
But I really think the Big Ten is that stacked this year, and I'm not the only person I've seen that has said this.
I know. I've seen a couple other people. Just look at it. Ohio State, Michigan, Illinois could conceivably make it, and Iowa. That's probably your 4. I don't think they're all going to make it, but those are 4 teams that could definitely make a deep run.
But you can't even sweep on the Purdue's and Wisconsin. Wisconsin was ranked in the top 10, 2-3 weeks ago, whatever it was.
And if Rutgers can return to form of that team from the first 6 games, who knows? It's
another dangerous team. This Big Ten is stacked, and I absolutely love it. but it also hurts the teams at the same time, like you said. These guys might be gassed when it comes tournament time.
Yeah.
We'll see, but it is
But it
nice
helps
that
that Big Ten being this good helps because it's like you don't really have to like the resume stuff. I mean, it's not like oh we have to beat them because they're this. It's like it's all going to even out at some point because all
yeah
these teams just beat each other. So it's just like there's no like unless outside of like really Michigan or maybe Ohio State right now. There's no like wins that are like so above and beyond crazy. I mean, Rutgers has beaten Illinois, and Rutgers. I mean, they didn't beat Iowa, but I mean, it was close that first game. So it's just like everything everything seems to even out in the Big Ten in the end.
yeah it is crazy because they did beat Purdue, who's fifth in the conference, sixth in the conference, whatever they are. They beat Illinois, who's number 2 in the conference. They played very hard against Michigan despite the loss. They beat Michigan State by 30. They held Izzo to the lowest, an Izzo coach team to the lowest scoring total in his time as a Spartan head coach. That's insane.
I know.
And that's the same team that literally just came out yesterday and beat Illinois. It's nutty. This whole thing is nuts. If they would have beat Wisconsin or if they would have beat Iowa, I feel like the whole fan base would just be talking completely different about this team right now.
Mm-hmm.
Just having that one extra win against one of those top, well, I guess that one away game win, that one big away game win. If you would have snagged one of those, it would have been completely different. And I don't think we'd be talking about the tournament right now. I think we'd be talking about like, hey, could they win the Big Ten tournament? I do think they make a little bit of a run. They do this every year.
It really depends. Honestly, I think it depends on the matchup.
Yeah,
I have to see who they're matched up with.
Forget what the matchup was already, but I guess it could change technically because Indiana's right below Rutgers technically, but I think Rutgers holds a tiebreaker at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm trying to look right now. But yeah, the one game they can't afford to lose, I don't want to look ahead, but I'm not a player, so I can look ahead. The Nebraska game, man, that is ugly. They lose that. Oh my God.
Then, yeah, well, that's why tonight's. I mean, I guess it's not do or die because they still got 2 more games plus the third one, but it kind of is because it's just like you really don't want to. You don't want to go into the last 2 games feeling like you have to win them because you never know what's going to happen in the Big Ten tournament. You have no idea who you're facing, and like it's tough. So you don't want to go into the Big Ten tournament feeling like you have to win. It would be nice to win the Big Ten, some games in the Big Ten tournament, but you don't want to rely on that to punch your ticket to the big dance.
Yeah, no, I keep looking ahead. That Nebraska game scares the hell out of me if I'm Rutgers. It's just such a that's like a do or die type thing. Like you cannot lose that game. This is a team that has 5 wins on the year. They're 1-13 in conference. Like you lose to Nebraska, then I give everyone a right on my board. You can post as many threads as you want saying this team sucks or this team's that. Like, I don't know what to tell you at that point. Like, I can't answer the questions if they lose to that team. But again, if they're looking ahead, it's dangerous. It's dangerous tonight.
It really starts with tonight. Just if they can win tonight, then just go into that. Because Nebraska, I mean, every game in the Big Ten is tough, but Nebraska is a team they should beat. So win tonight, and then you can go into a game against Nebraska feeling like that's your game to punch your ticket.
Yeah, ideally, yes, you would think that. But where does Indiana rank in the net rankings right now? It's a Q2, right?
Did you say Indiana?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
All right, so that'd be quad 2 win. I don't know. You can't really lose this. You don't want to, but
especially on senior night.
Senior night, that's where I think I said on the board this morning, I said in our Ask the Experts thread when people were asking me my prediction stuff. Shout out to Tally site, by the way. That site is pretty cool. I can pick my own picks for the week, and I'm actually doing pretty solid. I went 7-3 last week, so.
Hey, what was your final score prediction for that Michigan game?
Hey, 1 point off. What was it? 71-64, and I think I picked 72-64, something like that.
I was that out of a hat.
No, dude, I'm good. I'm an expert. What can I say? And I'm cocky, if you couldn't tell. But yeah, no. So I mean, it's kind of I said it before. I was trying to say where's my train of thought? Oh yeah, this game with parents there, senior night. It might be Geo Baker's last home game. It might be Jacob Young's last home game at Rutgers. It might. I don't think so, but it might be Miles Johnson's last home game at Rutgers.
Yeah, I saw a comment. I think he
He,
said it's on the table,
yeah, he didn't really.
Rutgers for next year.
Yeah, I posted the video yesterday about it. We were just talking to him about senior night. It's kind of cool that they all came in together and they all want to graduate together. So I kind of get that.
Hmm.
But the fact that you're coming out on senior night, it gives people a little bit of anxiety, kind of saying like, "Oh no, our big man just left. Like, now what?" But yeah, no, I really think he comes back. He got in the Rutgers grad school, the engineering grad school, or whatever graduate school it is. I'm pretty sure it's engineering, but
Yeah.
he also applied to a couple other schools. He said he didn't say which schools exactly. The only school I'd honestly probably be worried about would be like a Stanford, because like I don't know, you put
Yeah.
Stanford engineering.
Weren't they? They were trying to recruit him originally too.
They showed some interest. I don't think they ever offered though. I think
Uh,
Rutgers might have actually been the only high major offer for Miles. He had an intriguing recruitment. He was a little overweight coming out of high school. He had a knee surgery his junior year, so he missed most of that. So Peichel definitely took a risk on him and a red shirted him. How often do you
yeah,
see a red shirt in basketball?
yeah,
Especially I think it was Peichel's first class, so it was just
yeah. I think I saw a stat. I forget what the stat was, but I remember I saw some. This is the first. This is like the first Rutgers class to have the same coach for all 4 years in like in a long time,
that's
which is crazy.
yeah. Some of the stats that pop up like that, it's just like oh my god, like
Sad.
what was Rutgers doing? What was this athletic department doing over the past couple years? But they got it right now. I think Peichel's the man for the job, and I think Shiano in football, and I don't think you're going to see stats like that much or in the future. More
Yeah,
in the
not for a
future.
while.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah. So anyway, are you Giants? I answered the question. How I get it now. How is Ron a top 5 power forward? So correct me if I'm wrong. Joyce Irving Award is small forward, which is kind of weird. So, but what Ron plays a power forward spot, but again, it's positionless basketball nowadays. I say this all the time. But Ron somehow got into that top 5 award. I don't know how. I don't know if they've been watching, obviously. Don't get me wrong. Ron's numbers are still pretty solid. The 44%, the 15 from the points per game, the 6 rebounds, I think it was. I got to double check on that. But he's still playing a very good year, and he still is having a very good year. He proved it against Illinois, against Maryland, against Syracuse early on. I think even Purdue early on, he looked pretty good, if I recall. But to make him top 5 power forward, or small forward still, it kind of makes you question the award a little bit. I don't
Yeah.
know. You got any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I could see it go. I could. I mean, I don't know how the other small forwards have done this year compared to him, but I could see it go either way. I mean, he's still a big name in this conference, and he still puts up decent. He's still put up decent stat. Yeah, I don't know. I could see it going either way, to be honest.
I don't like it. I don't know who the other 5 were. Oh, Isaiah Livers, Michigan, another 4 that's up for an award for a number or
Yeah.
small forward award, which is like. But Isaiah Livers has been very good. Corey Kispert from Gonzaga, if I pronounced that right, I'm not sure, but he's been very good. Terrence Shannon Jr. from Texas Tech's been very good. Like, I don't know. I don't know who the other 5 were for the top 10 that were narrowed down to the top 5, but the way Ron's been playing, I just see a hard way, a hard. I couldn't make that choice. Like, I couldn't pick him as a top 5 right now the way he's playing. But watch, you're gonna see tonight. It's probably gonna make me eat my words. I'm probably gonna be like, "Oh, I'm an idiot." Yep, there's the guy that's a top 5 small forward, and that's the guy Richie said. Ugh, he sucks. No,
I'll
but
take the blame for that if you want.
there we go. We're gonna blame Craig. You guys hear that? Mark that one down. Yeah. So I mean, it's gonna be an interesting night. Yeah. If you guys have any questions at all whatsoever, submit them to the chat to the right of Craig. Over. Nope, wrong way. Over that way. Also, hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the little thumbs up. Give us a little thumbs up so we get some. Hit the subscribe button. Something cool pops up too. I don't know where it would pop up because I don't know what I'm doing here. Hey, oh nope. There we go. I'll make it bigger for you guys too. Let's put it up there. Well, Jay.
Do you like? By the way, if anybody wants to answer, do they like our matching Yankees here? I see you got the hat. I got the shirt.
I can't wait, man. Only a couple more days.
I know.
Was it next week? I think it starts officially.
Yeah. Yeah. Spring training.
March Madness, Yankee spring training.
Yeah.
FCS football. Actually, I was watching the other day.
I mean, who isn't excited for FCS football?
Hey, don't knock it, man. It's I sense the sarcasm there. It is.
Who'd you watch?
I kind of like this. I like this whole like idea of like FCS football. I actually watched a rerun of Jackson State, but
Wait, a rerun? Oh, you watched
yeah,
Dion's
yeah,
game where
yeah.
he got his
Had to.
stuff stolen.
Yeah, like he got his stuff stolen, but it was found in his office.
Yeah, they're like, oh, we're just moving it. We weren't stealing
Like,
it.
shut up. It's so
We were just
stupid.
borrowing it. We were gonna return it.
But 53-0 or 51-0, whatever it was.
Yeah,
Insane. It's
yeah.
just it's fun to watch, and he's getting crazy good transfers too. 4-star recruits, transfers. His son's the 3-star quarterback that committed there, plays there. Yeah, no, FCS football, man. Keep it in the spring. I don't even care anymore. Like, it just gives me something to watch. I mean, spring ball's cool and all, and the practices are cool. Yeah, cool. Let's watch the team scrimmage. No, give me the real stuff. I want to watch FCS football.
And I
But
saw, I think RU Giants in the chat said that the spring. Why is the spring game starting later this year?
I honestly don't have an answer for that. I'm cool with it though. May 1st. It's gonna be nice out. Hopefully, knock on wood. Um, it'll be warmer than what it is now. Hopefully, no
Yeah.
more snow. Get rid of all
Although
this.
today was nice. Today was like 50
Oh,
degrees.
today was beautiful, but get
Yeah.
rid of all this ice that's just sitting in front of like the corners of my street and stuff. Like, there's gotta be somewhere else to put it. I know there's not. You don't comment and tell me I'm an idiot. I know there's not, but come on, like, it's so annoying. I can't even see. I'm gonna get like sideswiped or something trying to pull out of my street.
Yeah, Monday was Monday. That Monday when it was snowing,
brutal.
that was bad. Like the
Brutal.
roads were pretty bad.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, I don't know. I'm not gonna get into it. Anyway,
You don't understand meteorology.
stop. We're not talking about weather right now. Someone's gonna bring
Uh.
up climate change, and then all hell breaks loose. Oh God, let's just stop this. What else? What else we got in here? Are you Giants? I think Geo Baker's leaving. I'd say 40 or 60-40. Yes, he's leaving. Can't say for certain, but the way he was talking yesterday in the video, you can go watch it on thenighreport.net, Rutgers.rivals.com, or our YouTube channel. Actually, you click the little Rutgers football thing down here. It'll bring you to all our videos. You can watch Geo Baker's interview, Miles Johnson, so on. But Nick Brooks had a very, very good interview of detailing the NCAA tournament last year, or I guess it was the Big Ten tournament originally, about how they were called off the floor. People in the hotel were stealing hand sanitizers and like running around. It was like, I kind of like, it sounds weird to say this, but I kind of wish I had like a bird's eye view of like everything that was happening that day.
Yeah.
Just to like, or like be like a fly in the wall in that team locker room.
Well, that was weird. I remember that was such a strange day because I think Rutgers had their game was at noon.
Yeah,
And,
they literally were
just
warming up, and I think it was like
Yeah.
11:50 hit.
Yeah, they
and
were. Yeah.
I actually went to New Brunswick with my stepdad, and we went to go like, I'm like, all right, there's a bunch of Rutgers fans there. Let's go watch the game. Like, whatever. So went to watch it, and all of a sudden, everyone just got pulled off the court. And we're like, where's tip off? Like, I want to see the game, but whatever. Yeah, it's definitely
And
interesting.
I remember. Yeah, and then I remember but one of the Big East games did play. I forget which
Yeah,
one.
I think it was Providence and someone else. I can't remember who they played though.
Like Xavier or something like that.
Yeah, and I think Florida State was awarded like ACC champion after that or something weird.
Mhm.
It was just such a weird day. So, but if you really want to like watch that, it's interesting just to hear his detailed view of it. Shout out to Nick Brooks, man. This kid was grinding for the past 2 years, I think it was. He got some minutes here and there. He scored a bucket, I think. I think he got a rebound this year. But he's one of those guys on the bench that just nonstop cheering, he's one of those guys that has to be there to lift everyone's spirits up. Him, Luke Nathan, and they're both graduating. They're going to be missed. Aiden Terry, you got to take over, my man. Someone's got to do it. Someone's got to be doing the worm in the background because I just love seeing it.
Yeah, and Luke is. I can hear him screaming on the top of his lungs during the foul shots.
I meant to. I asked him. I was like, "You have a go-to move?" Because I saw you do the worm. I saw you do the sprinkler. I saw you do. I'm waiting for like the lawnmower or like the shopping cart and like. Like
Kind of reminds me of Monmouth's bench from a couple years ago. When they
yeah,
crazy celebrations.
the Monmouth bench mob. I forgot about them.
Yeah.
But don't mind me. I'm drinking my black coffee. It hurts a little bit. Yeah, I gotta stay up all night. I gotta stay up and ask Pikel questions after the game.
That's true. What kind of coffee is it?
Cold brew black.
There we go. Shout out to Cold Brew.
Oh, Starbucks.
they can, well, they can, they can send us like a check or something.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Starbucks, if you don't want to charge me $5 anymore and you want to be the official sponsor of the Night Report pregame show,
That's right.
season ended, so wait till next year, buddy. No, but seriously, hey, you want to be the sponsor of Starbucks, let me know. Starbucks, I'll take Miller Lite. I'll drink a beer on camera. I'll do whatever you want. Anyway, Jonah Nack said thoughts on the disappearance of Montez Mathis.
Yeah, that's been a weird one.
It's weird because I believe he did this last year too a little bit. I can't remember. I'm trying to check his game logs right now.
He had a better game last game because his downhill stuff was working last game, but throughout a bunch of different games, he would just attack the rim and just get stuffed, and it was just like, dude, can you take a jump shot once in a while?
Yeah, there's that, but at the same time, like he's another one. He's 0 of 11 of his last 3-point shots. Like I know I talked to it's called shotquality.com, Simon Gersberg. I think I pronounced that right. He told me mid-season, he goes, honestly, like I could tell you all the good shots they take. I could tell you all the bad shots they take. I go, all right, my serious question for you is what is the one shot if Rutgers took less of, they'd be such a better team. He goes, they would be a much, much better team if Montez Mathis stopped taking catch and shoot threes.
Yeah, I'm not saying he has to shoot threes. I'm saying like,
No, but I mean,
he doesn't have to go 5 on. He doesn't have to go 1 on 5. It's just like,
yeah, I forget the exact numbers. He gave me a bunch of percentages. It's on our website also if you guys want to check that out. It's on the round table. It's was on our front page. It might still be. If anyone really wants the link, just DM me or on Twitter or email me or something like that, and I'll send it to you. But he said like exact numbers. He's like, if Rutgers just didn't let Montez catch and shoot threes, they'd have like a 4% better field goal percentage. I was like, oh damn, that hurts a little bit. But I take it back. By the way, he's 0 of 11 of his last. Where am I at? I don't even know where I'm at. Oh, not including the Maryland game. 0-7, 3 of 11 versus Maryland, 0 of 4 from 3. Like I don't know, man.
It's weird because all of his shots feel like they're like so like hard, like some of them go in and some of them don't, but they feel like with him. It's just like his shots feel so like hard, like harder than they really need to be. Sometimes it's just like
number one,
it's just very weird.
His form is just so slow. Like you gotta pick that up or do it a little bit quicker when you're shooting. Like it's literally like pulls it down, comes up really slow. It's like, what, dude? Like, come on. Like, you see, like, you don't have to be quick as, like, Steph Curry, who's literally flicking the ball at the rim. Or, I don't even know who else is quick. Ron's quick at times, too. But, yeah, I mean, he's got to do something differently. He's still a good defender. I wish he was more aggressive, like, really aggressive on the offensive end. Because we've seen him dunk on people. We seen last year. I forget who we dunked on late in the season. I think it was actually, was it Maryland?
I
don't know. He had a big. I think it was Maryland for the sole fact that I feel like he has that weird animosity towards Maryland because they didn't offer him out of high school. But and he's from Maryland, obviously. If you guys don't know, yeah, I just wish he was more aggressive. I wish he would be like that dominating guy in the like driving or slashing, whatever you want to call it. It's another guy too, Cliff Hamarugi. You saw Cliff with a big dunk against Maryland the other day. Where's that Cliff all season? Or was it Maryland or Minnesota?
I give him a little bit more of a pass, though, because this is his first year.
I'll give him a pass because it's his first year, and he had an injury, and he missed 2 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that.
Yeah, he missed a while.
But, so, I get it, but still, these two have to be more aggressive if Rutgers wants to win games, especially if guys like Ron Harper Jr. aren't stepping up on the offensive end. Someone else has to. I'm not saying Cliff is going to put up great numbers, but I would like to see Cliff at least score like 7, maybe 8 a game. Especially if you're that much of a dominating force in the paint, or you could be. Why are you not? Like, it doesn't make sense to me.
I mean, like I said, I understand. Like, Montez's game is downhill, attack the rim, but 1 against 5 just doesn't really help anybody, and it doesn't help either that he's really not a great free throw shooter. I mean, if you're gonna attack the rim and get fouled, you got to make your free throws, and it's just like he's just not that great at it.
The team as a whole is just bad at free throws. What are they right now? They're 237th in percentage. 237th ranked free throw percentage team at 62.5. That's brutal.
They've
Anyway,
been better as of late because I
yeah,
think last game I think they went like 14 for 16.
and I get it. Like the two big men
Something like
should.
that. Maybe the
They're
finishing game.
they're like Miles is shooting 40% from free throw or from the charity stripe. Amari is shooting 42.9. So that definitely hurts your average. But a guy like Mathis, 53%, dude, come on, you're a
Yeah,
guard. You should be making
yeah, I
like
know.
70 plus, if not
Yeah,
more. Paul Mulcahy, I don't get it because he's very big on his form. He's doing very good from three. He's almost shooting a better 2 point percentage than his free throw percentage, which is insane. But Jacob Young, 71. I feel like he could definitely up that too. Geo Baker, 72. I I guess you can let it slide, but Dean Reber at 83%. So
I mean, right now, who do you trust at the free throw line with game on the line, other than really Gio and Caleb?
if I'm
Who's
going
there?
based off percentage, Caleb's the highest ranked
Yeah,
guy at 84.6. But if I'm trusting anyone, I'd probably go Geo just for the sole fact he has that clutch gene.
hmm
After
but
him,
outside, I'm saying outside of them, who's there?
Ron, maybe, but I don't even trust Ron. Like,
True, yeah, he has been shooting a lot better. I'll give you that.
I
I'll give
guess
you
I
that one.
guess you'll have to go with like either Jacob or Paul. Their percentages aren't good. That's another thing. These guys are not getting to the free throw line at all, really. Like we see Jacobs probably attempted the second most free throws if I'm looking at that right.
hmm
But at the same time, it's because he drives most out of everybody. I don't see like Montez is averaging 2.6 free throws per game, so that hurts a little bit. These guys should be averaging more, I think. I just feel like they should be drawing more fouls, and they're just
And you can
not.
tell that's what Pikel wants. That's the game he wants, is them attacking the rim, getting fouls. But at the same time, though,
Transition offense.
you do need to add 3-point shooting to your game
Ooh,
because the 3-point shooting has just not good. What was
yeah.
that?
No, you lagged a minute. My bad. I couldn't hear you. You said something
Oh,
about
sorry
three
about
point shooting.
Oh, sorry. I was just saying that at some point, I mean, I understand that that's Pikel's game is attack the rim, get fouled, take your free throws. But at some point, the 3-point game has to be a part of your game. You can't. I mean, 3-pointers they can demoralize a team if you can just make your threes. So at some point, the Rutgers does have to start making threes if they want to make a serious run here.
Yeah, and going back to the free throws, I also read that wrong. They are 337th ranked team when it comes to free throws. 200 264th when it comes to 3 point percentage. Like, this is a team that was, what, top 20, top 25 in 3 point percentage earlier in the year?
Mm-hmm.
Something has to change. I don't know. I know Pikel's our strengths aren't offense. It's clearly defense and rebounding. And that's how they're going to get a lot of their buckets in transition, stuff like that. Get a steal. You see Jacob Young do it all the time. Get a steal, take it for a quick layup. He might miss the layup sometimes, which is crazy too, but
That's
that's
another thing is that I think somebody in chat mentioned before their transition game has been not good. I mean,
awful.
missed layups. I mean, it's just like
I wish I had the stat for the year. I got to go double check on it just because
which
they're
is weird because I remember coming into the season, they were kind of boasting up how how good their transition game was, and it was good early on, but really for most of the season, their transition game has just been like
garbage.
ugly. Yeah, it's just not been good.
What we got in the chat? Let's check it out. Fast. You just said that fast break decision making seems to be a massive problem. Yeah, it just
So
seems
last
like
game, Caleb missed. There was one. I think it was 1-on-2, and Caleb decided to take it for a layup, and he just missed. It's like I don't understand.
I don't know. I can't say it because I'm guilty of it myself. There's times
We're not Division I basketball players.
thank you, but yeah. See, some people pay to play basketball. This guy, this idiot. I pay to get mad at myself for missing layups. But regardless, yeah, there's so many times where they have like transition. They're going in transition, and you see one guy pass it up, and it's like, no, like don't pass it up, and it's like, no, he passes it again, and it's like, yo, like, but at that point, all the way from the other side of the court, you'll have three other players that have already made their way down. Then you're like, all right, damn, now we're at 5-on-5 again.
Yeah.
Like the whole point of transition is to get ahead of the other guys, get ahead of the defense, and it's just not working at times, and it's getting ugly.
Mm-hmm.
But what else we got in chat? Yes, it was Montez Mathis on Jalen Smith. Top 10 pick, Jalen Stick Smith. Chris, I question your team. The Suns are weird. Anyway,
Devin Booker, not an all-star right now.
No, he got in. They
Oh,
gave
he
it to
got
him.
in?
Yeah, they
Is it
gave it to
official?
him. They gave it to him over Anthony Davis. Because
Oh, they
Anthony,
officially did that. Oh, then
yeah.
I can't hold that over him anymore.
No,
Well, I can because it's like he
no,
wouldn't.
dude, he didn't earn it.
No, I can hold it over him because he wouldn't have gotten in if AD didn't get hurt.
Exactly. So we're still
Yeah.
gonna hold it over Chris. But
Yeah.
anyway, Anthony Gutierrez said we should start Mawot Mag over Harper. He might hit a three. I mean, you're not wrong. He might hit a three, but Mawot Mag's not ready.
Yeah, I mean, you can argue that maybe Ron shouldn't be getting as much playing time when he starts struggling, but I don't think Mawot Mag starting over Ron right now is the answer.
No, don't get me wrong. I do think Mawot can be a good player eventually. He's not the best shooter in the world. He doesn't have the best offensive game, from what I've been told, because we haven't seen much of him. But yeah, he's a solid player. I've heard he has the potential to become like a 3-and-D type. Excuse me, a 3-and-D type player for Rutgers. I think he still needs to pack on some muscle too. He looks really skinny.
Mm-hmm.
You put Ron in the paint, Ron can kind of body those bigger fours, and he kind of has what's Ron, 245, 250 maybe. Ron's a bulky four.
Yeah.
So he gets away with like defending guys in the paint, and he's got the little quickness to him for his speed. But Mawot Mag's just very skinny. I think he'd get bullied in the paint, to be honest, against like an Isaiah Livers type, or I don't even know who else is a foreign. Race Thompson, for example, if he plays. But let's see what else we got in the chat. Yeah, I don't think Mawot Mag's the answer, though. But again, guys, if you have any questions whatsoever, I think we got about 15 minutes left until tip-off. Submit them in the chat to the right of Craig. We'll try to get to him as soon as possible. Nick Lipinski said, in your opinion, who's been the best player this year? He thinks Jacob Young.
Actually, he's been good. I can't say Jacob Young. He's definitely in the conversation. I would say though that honor should go to Miles Johnson.
I feel like with you.
I think Miles has been throughout this entire season has been our most consistent player.
Yeah, he's been very solid. Miles is what, 8.5, actually 8.5. There you go. Almost a double average. He's I think he's the leader in blocks right now, blocks per game at least. If he's not the leader, he's top 2 or 3. I forget exactly the number.
Is he leading what's his stats for steals?
Miles?
Yeah.
1.1 steals per game, 2.3 blocks per game. On top of that, he has pretty good vision for a big man. He's only averaging 1.2 turnovers. The foul trouble is where it gets him. He's 2.5 fouls per game, which is kind of skewed because there's games where like he's got like 4, he's got 2 early on sometimes, and everyone's like, oh, geez.
Yeah.
But Miles has turned into a very, very good big man. He's averaging 3 offensive rebounds.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. He's averaging 3 offensive rebounds. Like, that's good.
Yeah. I was going to say that I think he's not going to ever really bring the ball up, but I think he's turned into a good ball handler, too. I see him sometimes, like at the 3-point line, usually I'm like tearing my hair out being like, why aren't you in the paint? But, he can dribble a bit and, he can move around like pretty good.
I still don't think you should go anywhere beyond the arc. If he's beyond the arc, there's a problem with the offense.
Unless he's setting a screen.
Even then, like that guy should be like right inside the arc when you're setting that screen on him. Like you should never be out beyond the 3-point line. I don't get it. But it is what it is. He's still a very good player. He doesn't get enough credit. But I shouldn't say that because now Stephen Bardo just named him like his Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year. So it's like sometimes he gets credit, sometimes he doesn't. I think he should
get the Luka Garzas of the world.
That's the thing. There's so many goddamn good big men in this league.
Yeah.
Travion Williams from Purdue, who doesn't get enough credit probably. Trace Jackson Davis is a first round, maybe second round pick. Luka Garza, probably not getting drafted. I love when people say that. I don't think he is either, to be honest. If he does, someone's going to take a flyer on him in the second round. But he's very slow. He's very slow on defense. He's very slow in everything he does. I don't think he'll fit the NBA. Not the point. There's other big men in this league. Who's the kid that Maryland had the other day?
I
forget his name. They have Kofi Coburn, too, at Illinois.
Yeah, Kofi Coburn, yeah. Did that before.
Aaron Henry from Michigan State's a good one. He's a little undersized, but Hunter Dickinson from Michigan looked decent against Rutgers. But overall, his numbers have looked really good this year. EJ Waddell from Ohio State. Like I could keep going. I can name at least one good big man from every single team in this conference.
Yep.
Maybe not you, Nebraska, but you'll get there. I'll give it to you. You won't get there. Liam Robbins from Minnesota, another one. It's just incredible how many good big men are in this conference, and I do think Miles is in the upper echelon of them too. But
Yep.
see what else we got in the chat before game time hits. Also, guys, if you want to check out Senior Night, I'm not trying to sway you away from our live stream because I'd rather you stay here and hang out with us. But if you want to check out the Senior Night,
you can still watch Senior Night. Just put it on mute and listen to us.
well, it's not. Yeah, that too. It's not on TV. It's on Instagram Live right now. Rutgers, our Rutgers MBB. Oh, that was loud. Rutgers MBB on you see Geo Baker right there, kind of. I think it's frozen. Yeah, so
you can do play-by-play of it.
yeah, so they're giving him a jersey.
Oh, well, his mom's got the roses.
No. You didn't hear about that?
What?
Gio told, told, I guess, everyone.
Oh, yeah, he said it's, oh, yeah, that's right, his mom
my mom's not coming tonight for Senior Night. She can meet me at the tournament.
Yeah.
I like it. I like the cockiness.
Yeah. We hope he's right.
Yeah, I mean, they better make it. I think like I said, I really do think they're gonna make it. There's a lot of panic among the fan base because of the losses, but most of these losses most of them are every single one's a quad one loss. Like it's an insane conference this year.
It stinks. I mean, it's stunk losing to Maryland, but Maryland's a good team. Maryland is Rutgers play when they beat them. That was back in 2020. I mean, they've really become a good team. They're probably going to make the tournament too.
Yeah, I think they do 100%. They have 14 wins. I don't know what their Q1, Q2 thing is, but 59 points. They held Rutgers to 59. They held Minnesota to 59. They lost, but they held Penn State to 55.
Mm-hmm.
They held Purdue to 60. They held Wisconsin to 61. They lost again, but these are quality losses. Like,
yeah,
beat Illinois, beat Wisconsin, lost to Clemson, but whatever. Yeah, I mean, they're definitely a tournament team. I think they're a very good team, and they were hot. Yeah, they're on a winning streak.
Yeah, I think I saw they had them as 11 seed.
I think so. I mean, they're definitely a tournament team. They're very good defensively lately. Mark Turgeon, I think it is. Mark Turgeon. Why do I always get that? Yeah, Mark Turgeon. I know Michigan, not Michigan. Jeez, I can't even talk. Mark Turgeon. I know Maryland fans hate him, and they want him. They've been wanting him fired for years, and I don't get it. But
I mean, yeah, I don't get it. I mean, they got a good record under him.
Yeah, I guess Maryland just kind of holds their basketball to like a different standard.
Yeah, that's
I mean, he's not a bad coach. He hasn't played defense now. He's got a couple nice wins this year. Let's see what he does in the tournament. But
my question to them would be, who do you want instead of him?
That's like the same thing with Michigan football. It's like, hey, like Harbaugh, he hasn't done great for you, but at the same time, like, name a better coach.
Yeah, I mean, I understand the goal is to always beat Ohio State and Michigan State, but I mean, coaches who win 70% of the games don't exactly grow on trees here.
Yeah, and there's always the I mean, hey, if they're gonna complain in Michigan, why don't you take what was his name? Who's the fat guy they had?
Oh yeah, not Rich Rodriguez.
After Rich Rod?
Well, yeah. I always blank
on
his name.
The guy that actually lost to Rutgers.
Yeah, I always Brady Hoke.
Brady Hoke, yes.
That's it. I always blank on his name for some reason.
Take him back then if you want him back. But let's see, a couple more questions before we get off here. Do you think we have an identity issue? I think that Rutgers' offense is basically transition offense. If there's no transition, it's kind of like, what the hell's happening? I don't see many screens recently. I'd like to see more screens out of the team, and I think that's going to open up some things offensively, whether that means pick and roll. Can't really pick and pop with Miles, but I'm sure I would actually like to see her pick and pop with Ron. I don't think I've ever seen Ron do a pick and pop.
I don't know.
I'm thinking off the top of my head. I can't remember. Maybe I missed it, but I do think they have to change something up.
Yeah, I think I'd say we have a slight offensive identity issue. I think it could be easily fixed. I mean, I think Pikel's game really and Rutgers' game really is just attack and rebound. Like that's
it's not a bad game plan by any means.
No. But you do have to add some 3-point shooting to it too at some point.
But there's like two things that have been really grinding my gears since like this whole losing up and down roller coasters started in midseason. Number one, someone's got to follow their goddamn shot. It pisses me off when I see them chuck up a three, and it's like everyone nowadays. It's like, yeah, I definitely made that. I'm just gonna watch it. Someone follow your shot. The one person I see like following every single person's shot and is in the paint 24/7 is Paul Mulcahy.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, literally in the paint no matter what happens. It doesn't matter. I just want to see like Gio, like if you're gonna shoot a three, follow it. Ron, you're probably what, the second leading rebounder if I had that correct. Follow your shot. Just go up. You're probably gonna get boxed out, yeah, but you can worm your way around it or something. I don't know.
Or at least fight, and maybe you'll get fouled. You never know.
Yeah. Then number two, take the open shots. There's so many open shots that like Caleb's passed up. That Paul, as much as you rebound, if you're wide open for three, take the damn shot. Just take
Yeah, and I noticed sometimes sometimes their offense doesn't get started going until like 10 seconds are left on the shot clock. And I noticed that in other college basketball games too, so it's not just them.
No,
it's
it's
just
like,
you wait so long. It's like you're not giving yourself
we
really
have-
any room for error.
I don't even remember what the shot. What is it? 34?
30.
That is 30. Jeez.
Yeah.
Don't judge me on that. Yeah. So I mean, 30 seconds, and it's like, hey, you know what? We can use 28 of these. Like, no. Like if you don't have to shoot it within the first 5, but you can't shoot it within the last 5. It's like, what are you doing? I don't know. Some things about this offense just someone's got to like step in there. I feel like Brandon Knight should be that coach that steps up and kind of. I know he's in charge of the guards, but like be like that offensive coordinator type person that can teach the offense a little more. But what else we got here, real quick? Final score
prediction. Here we go.
Real quick.
Now is Richie gonna go 2 for 2 here?
Real quick with that one. We're gonna go to the one right after that first. What's your opinion on shaking up the rotation? I say shake it up. Put Jacob out there as a starter. I think today you might actually see it for the sole fact that senior night, Jacob Young, maybe last home game. Mm-hmm. Put him out there. The question is, who do you replace him with?
Yeah, it's either going to be Paul or Caleb.
Yeah, and I really do like Caleb in that 3 role. But I think Paul could also thrive in that 3 role. So one of them is going to be in that guarding threes at least. I know it's positionless basketball. I know Paul's technically a guard. Paul's probably going to be your main ball handler. But I don't know. That's actually a really tough one. I don't know who you take out between those two.
Yeah,
I'd probably keep Paul out there.
I think I'd go with Paul
because he's got the vision. He's got the ball handling ability.
And it's not like I'm not saying he'd be sitting for a while. It's not like he'd be sitting for
the starting lineups mean jack.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't mean anything over here. It's a starting lineup. It's like, hey, you're a starter. You're still gonna play less minutes than 6-man Jacob Young over here, though.
Yeah, and I mean, if Jacob isn't playing well, then just put Paul in. If you noticed that early
on. What about Shoes? You're right. I forgot about Shoes Patrone. He's not technically. I guess he's an assistant, but he's like the director of basketball or something like that, I think. But yeah, Brandon Knight is that go-to guy on the bench. They have to find a way to keep him too, because there's a lot of schools that have been sniffing around over the past couple of years. The fact that Pikel's been able to keep his staff together for the most part, minus Jay Young, head coaching job is huge, insanely huge. Ross Blacker said, "Don't screw around with the lineup. Screw around with it."
That's really the only thing. Like,
you're on a two-game losing streak. Why not mess around with it? It's just putting Jacob in or out. You're still going to play the same minutes. Still going to be the same 7, maybe sometimes 8-man rotation, depending on fouls. But it seems like Pikel's very, very, very set with his rotation right now. All right, we got 3 minutes. Score prediction. I'll let you go first.
I'll say we win. I think it's going to be close though. I'll say 60. I'll say 62-56. I think we have a good defensive night tonight.
Ooh, 56 points for this Indiana team. That's low. That might be.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a low scoring one tonight.
What's their lowest this year? You said 56?
Yeah.
Be their second lowest output this year, other than Texas.
Yeah, I'm not expecting big offensive numbers tonight, which means it'll end up being 100-92. So
I could see like. Let me think. It really depends on foul trouble.
Yeah.
I'm going with Rutgers because I picked them already. If you follow me on Twitter, you saw my tally site pick. 7-3 last week. Don't mean to brag. I'm doing good. So this week's gonna be pretty nice too. I can feel it. This is not betting advice, but dude, go follow me.
We're gonna pretty soon the Rutgers betting site.
Hey,
Rutgers Rivals betting site.
if you're a professional bettor and you want to be a gambling writer, let me know. Anyway, I'm going to go 69. Got to go with it. Nice.
There you go.
Come
See,
on.
there we go.
Come on, Craig. Give me the little nice in the background. Be nice.
There you go. Nice.
There you go. 69, 61. I think Rutgers wins this. It's gonna look like a big win, but in the end, Indiana's gonna hit some stupid shot in the end, and it's gonna be hey, Rutgers was up by 10 for most of the game, but they only won by 7.
They're gonna hit that backdoor cover like we did against Michigan, or like Rutgers did against Michigan.
Yes, that was bad.
Oh, if you bet against it.
Oh, I mean, you can't bet anyway, so.
That's true.
1 in 10 on Richie scale. If we lose tonight on the message boards.
Richie scale. That's what we should call it.
Richter scale. I'm an idiot. Wow, I read that wrong.
Let's make it though. The Richie scale.
It's that South Amboy education. It's rough. Public school sucks, man. 1 in 10 on the Richter scale of the boards. If they lose, yeah. See, there you go. $100 on Richie. He knows.
There we go.
1 in 10.
Wasn't it? I feel like it's always a 10 whenever they lose. To be honest.
Especially
Let's be honest. They were calling for Peichel's job at one point. I mean,
yeah. Some fans got to stop with that. Peichel's not going anywhere. It's really ugly when that happens. But yeah, no. I mean, I'm gonna go with a solid 3 because this is still a solid Indiana team. You know what? No, I'll go a little higher. 4. Solid Indiana team. It wouldn't be a bad loss. They have some good wins again on the season. They beat Iowa. Who was I naming before? Butler. Iowa again. They beat Iowa twice. Yeah. Wow. All right. Game starting. I'm going to go watch. Craig, I'm sure you're watching too.
Yep.
Guys, might have a post-game show. We're not sure yet. Depends on how late this one goes. But enjoy the game, and we'll be back soon. Don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and Rutgers.rivals.com. Subscribe today. Free till Easter. Peace.
See ya.